Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach who has lost and maintained a 140-pound weight loss, and it is Monday, so it is meal prep day. I have a fantastic meal prep for you this week. I'm so incredibly excited about it. We have breakfast, lunch, and a dessert. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I do a meal prep every Monday and I actually upload 5 videos every single week. Down in the description box, you will find nutrition coaching. Highly recommend those personalized macros and calories. That is what I followed to lose and maintain a 140-pound weight loss, as well as one-on-one coaching for questions, accountability, or to talk with me directly. Links, discounts to my favorite things, and come join our Facebook group. It's free, it's supportive. We would love to have you, are all down in that description box. So let's head on into the kitchen for this week's meal prep. For my breakfast this week, I'm making pumpkin pie quinoa breakfast bar. So we're going to have a healthy breakfast. I'm going to pair this with some protein, probably some eggs, but let me show you what you'll need. So you're going to need light butter, sugar-free maple syrup, quick cook oats, nut butter of your choice, sweetener. I'm using allulose as always. I buy my allulose on Amazon. It is naturally derived from figs and raisins, so it's a really good sugar alternative. It kind of is a mix between a granulated and a powdered sugar consistency. I love it. I think it tastes very much like regular sugar. I have some quinoa cooking in my little Dash rice cooker. I did buy this on Amazon. I will link it for you. I love it. I use it all the time. Pumpkin pie spice, baking powder. I'm gonna add some hemp seeds. It was optional in the recipe, but I want it because that's going to give me a little extra protein. A banana, pumpkin puree, mine is frozen from the fridge. So we're letting it thaw. And then of course, 1 egg. So I told you you needed light butter. You do not. I misread that. It was just the nut butter of your choice. So to get started on our bars, I mashed up my one really ripe banana. You want about 1/2 cup. My pumpkin is thawed. We're going to add 1/2 cup of that as well. And then I have 1/4 cup of peanut butter, 1 egg, and about 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup. And then we're going to mix this together until smooth. And then we're adding 1.5 cups of quick cook rolled oats. You're doing hemp seeds, you'll do 1/4 cup and 1/3 cup of allulose, a teaspoon of baking powder, a couple of teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, and we actually need some salt. Just a pinch of salt. And then I have my cooked quinoa. It's 1 cup total. So I did 1/2 cup of raw quinoa, 1 cup of water, and that's going to make 1 cup of cooked quinoa. And then we're going to mix this all together until fully combined. This smells incredible. It actually smells like pumpkin pie. I do have an 8x8 baking dish that I sprayed with nonstick cooking spray. We're just going to transfer the bar mixture to our baking dish. And then just spread that out nice and even in the bottom. And then we're putting our bars into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. You want them to be golden brown and that texture to be really firm. That's how you'll know they're done. So our bars for breakfast are out of the oven. These smell so good. They smell just like pumpkin pie. I am going to allow them to cool completely. I'll cut them into bars for the week. I'll go ahead and put all of the information here on the screen for you. For my lunch this week, I'm making buffalo chicken spaghetti squash casserole. I have my spaghetti squash in the oven cooking away, and let me show you what else you'll need for the recipe. You can use chicken breast. I'm going to do ground chicken. You could do either one. You're just making this, like I said, into a casserole. Some salt and pepper, fresh chives, dried chives, buffalo sauce, and some light ranch dressing. So the first thing I'm going to do is cook up my pound of ground chicken seasoned with some salt and pepper. So I went ahead and shredded my cooled spaghetti squash into a bowl. We're going to add the cooked chicken, 1/3 cup of our buffalo sauce, 1 full cup of light ranch, and about 1/4 cup of chives. And then I'm going to mix all of that together. A small baking dish here, about a 6x6. I'm going to add the buffalo chicken mixture to the baking dish. I did spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. Again, just spread that out nice and even in the bottom. And it's going into a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes. We just want it to bake through. So the buffalo chicken casserole's out of the oven. Oh my goodness, does this smell so good. It's bubbly and delicious. Super, super high protein, very, very low carb. I'll go ahead and put all the information here on the screen for you. For a sweet treat this week, I was going to make white chocolate cranberry cookies, but my store did not have any fresh or frozen cranberries, so I'm having to substitute low sugar craisin. So I'm making a couple of modifications. I'll explain as I show you what you need. So you're going to need light butter. Again, I'm using allulose. I'm also using Sucrin Gold, which is my favorite brown sugar substitute. You can pick this up right off of Nutrition. I will link it down below. I do have a discount code for Nutrition. All-purpose flour, Fairlife milk, and like I said, I have to use the reduced sugar craisin since I couldn't find any fresh cranberries. So I'm going to do some walnuts instead of white chocolate chips. I think it would be way too sweet with the dried cranberries and the walnuts. And the recipe also calls for a couple tablespoons of orange juice. I'm omitting that since I am using walnuts instead of the white chocolate chips. I will have the original recipe on my website as always. Salt, an egg, and some baking powder. So to get started on our cookies, I'm adding half of a cup of light butter, 1 cup of allulose, and 3/4 of a cup of packed Sucrin Gold. And then we're going to cream all of this together. You can use a handheld mixer, whatever your preference. And then we're adding in 1/4 cup of milk, 1 egg, and then you would also add your orange juice if you're using it. And then I'm going to give that one quick mix. And then I'm going to add 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and then about 1/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Then we're going to stir this until fully combined. And then I'm adding in 1 cup of the reduced sugar craisins, and then half of a cup of chopped walnuts. And then we're going to fold that in. I have my oven preheating to 375 degrees. Here is what our mixture looks like. It looks so good. I line my baking sheet with some parchment paper, and I'm gonna scoop out my cookies. You want them about 2 inches apart. Going into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, our cookies are done. I did have one. These are so good. I actually really like the walnuts in there. It adds a little bit of texture and crunch, and the cranberries are definitely sweet enough. So that was a good move. If you use frozen or fresh cranberries, I would definitely add the white chocolate chips. But if you use the dried ones, they are definitely sweet enough on their own. These are really good. So I did get 2 dozen total out of the recipe. I'll put all the information here on the screen for you. Thank you for joining me for this week's meal prep. I hope you enjoyed seeing this delicious, delicious breakfast, lunch, and dessert for the week. I really believe in meal prep. I have meal prep since the beginning of my weight loss journey. Not only did it help me lose the weight, it helps me maintain my weight. And when I don't have my meals prepped, I don't always choose the best food. So this is just a way to make my life much easier during the week. I will have all of today's recipes, as always, on my recipe website. I will link that at the top of the description box, along with nutrition coaching, links and discounts to my favorite things. And of course, we would love to have you come join our free, amazing, supportive Facebook group. Happy Monday, friends. Here's to an amazing, healthy, on-track week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Jingle bells ringing in